So before we get started, I want to do an icebreaker. Before I tell you about me, I want to learn a little bit about you. So let's say if I say vanilla versus chocolate, right? The first one is always going to be the red, right? So the first word I said was vanilla, right? So if you like vanilla ice cream, you will hold up vanilla. One, you're going to learn the dynamics of domestic violence. You're going to learn how it affects you. You're going to learn the laws of domestic violence as well. Be respectful of your peers, because you just never know what someone is dealing with. And we're going to learn later on how that mental and emotional abuse later on trickles down into it becoming physical, right? So then we talk about abusive behavior, now moving on to a person gaining and maintaining control over you, right? There's a saying that if you take the mind, you can keep the body. And that's what it's all about. It's all about them trying to maintain and contain control over you. So the ones in red are pretty much the primary ones that are constantly happening. So assault, as you saw the young man in the previous slide, right? He had visible signs of injury. So with domestic violence, when a person has visible signs of injury, they are automatically, the aggressor is automatically charged. What does that mean? That means that the officer, the detective, has to sign charges because you have visible signs of injury.
It's about time you showed up. Michelle, where you been at?
Excuse you.
We need to talk. We need to talk right now. You think you slick?
What are you talking about?
No, because it's crazy, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Michelle, who's Michael? Hello? Who's Michael? You got my team clowning me? Y'all at Burger King? Burger King? You always was a cheap date.
John, you tripping. I'm about to leave anyway. My mom is on her way. Why you tripping?
Yo, where you going? Come here, I'm not finished talking to you. Hold on. What you think you about to leave? Yo, Michelle. Yo, Michelle. Yo, I know you didn't be talking to you, girl. Stop playing with me. Michelle. Yo, Michelle. Yo, Michelle. Yo, I know you didn't be talking to you, girl.
Okay, when he tried to grab her, exactly. That is what? What we learned? What is that? Well, yes, that is harassment, but what is it? What is the actual charge? Assault, yes, when he tries to grab her. I see another hand up.
I should keep trying to say
Yeah.
the red flag is that she was with Michael.
Well, you don't know. She was with Michael.
She was with Michael.
She doesn't know. Multiple times a day and gets upset if you don't pick up. Is that healthy or unhealthy? What? Okay, I see something. Constantly calling someone. Like, let's say right now I don't have my cell phone, but let's say a person that I'm dating is continuously calling me, and I get my phone and I got 7 missed calls, 8 missed FaceTime.
Being concerned or being worried is a different thing than being upset.
because you're not in the middle.
Yes, being concerned about a person is one thing, but we're talking about on a day-to-day basis, where I am blowing up your phone, when I know you at school, right, or I know you're at work, and you can't be on your phone. That is unhealthy. You want to win their heart when you're on your best behavior. After the 6 months, we call this the honeymoon cycle. So it starts off with a person being charming. We're going to get to the actual phase one. But this is how it starts out. Like you meet a person, right? Everyone's on their best behavior, right? Because they want you to fall for them, right? Everyone's on their best behavior. They want you to fall for them. So they're doing everything that they possibly can to win your heart. Until time expires, right? As time progresses, then you get to learn who the person really is, right? They start to show what we call their true colors, right? Oh, now you want to show me your true colors, right? You wasn't like this a month ago when we were talking, right? Or even if you get intimate with them, how things change directly after, right? So that's all part of the honeymoon phase, so honeymoon cycle. So it starts off where a person is showing you that, they're inviting, they're welcoming, and they want to love you, and they're on their best behavior so they don't mess up. But then you do that one thing that tips them, right? And you all maybe have never communicated that this is an annoyance to me, right? You ignoring me, like I sent you a text message, right, John? I sent you a text message and you didn't respond, right? And then it turns into threats, right? So here we are, we have the incident where you're just welcoming, right? You're charming, you're just meeting somebody, but then you do something that makes them mad, right? Not respond. So that's where you have phase 3, the tension buildup. And as the tension builds up, right, it starts with the emotional and the mental abuse, right? It's okay, I know you didn't get it right. I know you didn't have the mental capacity, right? That's all part of the tension buildup, the characteristic traits. But you have to understand that that's how it always starts. It always starts at that level with the emotional and the verbal abuse. And eventually it turns into the actual incident. And you may try to give a person numerous times and numerous chances because you're like, I want to see the best in them. But if the red flags are there, then you have to accept them. I am a true believer when a person shows you who they are, you have to believe it. Other students are sending it out, but let's say you got the picture, and then he's like, yo, check this out. And you send it to him, and then he sends to all his boys. You just committed a crime. Yes. So, yeah, that's one thing that you all don't know. So your actions can really have an effect on what you do. So that's another reason why I do these presentations, because the way the system sees it, even though you're a juvenile, right? We're talking about juveniles, and these kids got charged because they had a lasting impression on the victim.